So we got some questions for you, bud. You ready?
Yep.
You excited?
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Pumped.
Pumped up.
Yep.
Question from Rusty on Facebook. If there is a race between you, your dad, and your father-in-law Rodney in equal cars, who wins?
Man, I don't know. We all kind of race the same. I'd say Rodney's probably going to be a little bit more aggressive than either me or my dad. So if it comes down to rubbing a little paint, you know, Rodney don't care who it is. He's going to get it done. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think I'm to their level yet, but you know, we're getting there. And you know, I grew up watching Rodney and my dad, you know, race plenty of times and go back and forth at Mount Vernon and Windy Hollow and places like that. So just cool to be able to try to follow in their footsteps.
Who are some drivers that you've learned from or given you some good advice?
Probably the person I've learned the most from is my dad, of course. You know, he's taught me everything I know and told me when I do stuff wrong. So you know, you learn from that and just, you know, figuring out what not to do and go from there. But learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from Billy Moyer watching him and you know, and Scott and, you know, all the good guys. Steve, I watched Steve a bunch, you know, growing up and raced with Steve a lot. So you know, it's just, I learned a lot by watching. You know, I'm a visual learner, so like when I was at the races, I was seeing what they were doing and just trying to take it all in.
So what have been some takeaways from your first year on tour with the Outlaws?
Just being patient. You know, we got to be patient all the time, and a lot of times you can just wait everybody out and be there at the end, and that's what it's all about. You know, just points racing is a lot about just finishing. So most of the time you just got to take what you can get and go from there.
Very cool. So what were the emotions like after getting your first and second World of Outlaw wins in one weekend once you were able to sit down and process it?
You know, it was hard to take it all in there those 2 nights. You know, I feel like, you know, I just won one race. You know, I don't really. It happened so fast that, you know, it all kinds of blend together. You know, so you know, it was a good weekend. And that first night I was pumped up, you know, and pretty emotional. The second night I felt like I could take it in a little bit better, and you know, just plus I led some laps in that race and didn't just lead the last corner. So you know, it was easier to take it in and accept it all.
Speaking about getting pumped up, what would you say the song that pumps you up most before races?
So, you know, I'm pretty chill, you know, pretty calm, collected, but I grew up listening to Limp Bizkit, so I don't know if you ever heard Break Stuff, you know, that's a pretty good one. So I like to play that sometimes, and just all kinds of music. I like it all.
So, interesting question from Joe. Do you throw tear-offs with your left or your right hand?
I do with my left. Yeah, I wish I'd have never learned to tear off with my left hand, because it's a lot easier to tear off with your right hand because you actually race with your left hand. But I don't know, I didn't know any better when I was growing up, and that's what I did. And that now I catch myself not being able to take my hand off the wheel to do that. So just kind of a weird thing I grew up doing, so just stuck with it. Still tear off with my left hand. Wouldn't know what to do if I put them on the right.
I guess it's kind of like trying to write with your left hand. Or
Exactly.
Right hand if you're the other hands.
Exactly.
So, what would you say your favorite hobby is besides racing?
I like to duck hunt. Don't get to do it as much as I'd like to anymore. You know, I'm pretty busy here. You know, we don't have any off season. Don't seem like so. The winter time is usually when you duck hunt. So, don't get to do that. We're building cars and getting stuff prepared. But I like to go every now and then. Try to have a little fun.
Was it watching your father race? Was that what got you into racing?
Yeah, I'd say so. I just always wanted to be around it and know what was going on and learn how things worked and try to learn from everybody. I like to sit around and listen to what people were saying and what they were talking about. That's how I learned, you know, just how to do stuff and watching my dad and just that's what got me excited about it and I wanted to do it.
what is the best piece of advice your dad ever gave you about racing, or generally just life?
That there's going to be some disappointments. Racing is full of disappointments, so you gotta, like I said, you can't get too high when you're rolling, and because it can always come crashing down. And when you're running bad, you can't get too down on yourself, because you can always turn it around. You can always find something or find out how to be a little bit faster. So just keeping a level head and trying to be prepared for whatever can happen.
This question is from Shannon. Do you have a cool mother-in-law?
I do, yeah. She is. She's pretty cool. Does a lot of cool stuff for us. Me and Mallory, and so I can't thank them enough for everything they've done for me. Made my life a lot easier for sure, and just great in-laws, and I got a lot of great parents in my life. I consider them parents. So my mom and dad and Shannon and Rodney, just appreciate them a ton.
So maybe a question that you're not going to be as quick to answer. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
It definitely is, I guess. It's got meat in the middle and 2 pieces of bread, so I guess it's a sandwich.
Here we go. Yeah. All right, so we got some quick fire questions. Right. Gotta answer quickly here. Favorite meal?
Pizza.
Favorite music?
Rock.
Favorite restaurant?
Man, that's a tough one. Panda Express.
Different?
Yeah.
Favorite vacation spot?
Mexico.
Do you have a sidekick with a funny name?
No.
Do you run wild through the hills chasing Jesse James?
I don't, no.
Should you have learned to rope and ride?
Right. Yeah.
I hear there's a story about a specific song.
Well, yeah. So I was laying in bed at Fairbury, and it was about, I don't know, I think it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't go to sleep because I could hear Should Have Been a Cowboy just on repeat coming out of Gordy's trailer. So, that stuck in my head the whole next day, and I swear when we was running 100 laps at Fairbury for the Prairie Dirt Classic, I was singing in the car. So, it just stuck with me all day. It's all I could think about. So, finally learned to put up with it, and I went to sleep about, 3 o'clock or so. So, I gave him a hard time about that, but it was pretty funny.
I heard every Snapchat after that. It was just that song in the
Yeah,
background.
for sure. Yeah, when we got home from Fairbury, we had it on repeat, and every time after that. We won at Davenport, had it on repeat. So.
All right, Tanner, appreciate it, man.